Music 1000. Welcome to my channel. Doesn't matter if you're an old or new, welcome. And today I'm going to talk about my hard drives and my cases over the years that I had. Initially I started just with one drive, which is 500 gigs, which is nothing, and that was during my school times, and that had like pictures, videos, documents, basically anything that I had, and didn't have much at the time, didn't think anything of it, and I had a Microsoft Windows Vista laptop, and that's basically what I used for a couple of years. And then after school I attended a music college in Lincoln, and I never touched or owned an Apple iMac. What you see behind me, I've got two, with two external screens. It's for multiple pages, documents, internet, Spotify, you name it, yada yada yada. But ever since leaving music college, I got myself Macs, and that's when my hard drive started to multiply. And so, but during the time, like from school to college, that 500 gigabyte hard drive failed. Well, it basically it hit the deck and it just wasn't working. So I lost all the data that I had on it. And so I decided to get a new one. I couldn't solve it, the data, and so I got one new drive, and that stored what I needed. And then as years progressed, I needed more storage, and in doing so I had to get another one or two drives, put them on, put all the data on it, and then I decided to get a 4 terabyte hard drive, put all the data on that, and I don't know what happened to the old drives. And eventually on a holiday, and I stupidly formatted that drive that had all the data on it, and I was trying everything to get all the data back, but I couldn't. I didn't have the programs to do it, and I didn't know who would help me and whatever. So that's when I decided, right, I need backup drives. But the drives were expensive, because the more memory you have on a drive, the higher the cost became. So I had to work something out, and I just stuck with that 4 terabyte hard drive. And then so I decided to get a drive that was small enough but big enough to hold the data, and yeah, and I've still got that drive today, that 4 terabyte drive, which is actually holding either some other data on one of these two Macs, or holding music, because I'm a DJ. So been building up these drives over time and whatever, So I thought, right, I need cases to hold these drives in. So I thought, right, I'll get 2 4-bay cases, and which are basically these. It's a push door to open and close, and as you can tell, it's 4 bays. So I've got 2 of those, one for main stuff, so I put everything on those drives, and the second one as a backup. So I've got 8 drives total. So if the one drive fails, I'll put it back up and I can replace the failed drive. And in these cases I had these Seagate 500 drives. And yes, not much, but it did the trick. And that was only for one iMac. That iMac to my left, I bought brand new, and everything from that Mac went onto those drives. And when I got my second iMac to my right, all the data that was coming from that went onto those drives as well. And then I got a third for like a residency for my DJing. Made sense, but when I was building up these Macs, I needed bigger drives, but I couldn't, so I had to limit the data that it was producing. And so I thought, right, from the DJing side of things, I thought, why not have 2 portable 4TB drives, one main, one backup. And that did okay for a period of time, and then it was just getting a little bit complicated, and I wanted to reduce the number of stuff that I had to connect and make things more complicated and whatever. So I decided to get a 5-bay, one of these cases that holds 5 hard drives at 4 terabytes each. So it's like, if one drive failed, I've got another 4 to back up. Made sense, but even that was hefty. So I decided to split the drives apart and get 4 2-bay cases, which hold 2 drives in. So in total I had 8 4 terabyte hard drives, and one for each system, because I've got 4 systems, and that did absolutely brilliantly. That helped me a lot in terms of updating the drives musically, and it was great. It helped me a lot. And during the time of DJing and over weekends, like Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, I did my daytime job. Like, initially it was veterinary assistant, and then secondly, when I moved from that, I went over to woodworking. And then after that, B&M, worked there for over a year. Now I'm working for another company, driving about, whatever. So I started get it and pay my way basically. So I needed to update my cases because the silver cases that I had and didn't hold enough drives, and it was only capable of having so much memory. So I decided to upgrade the case on my first iMac to 8 bay, which can hold 8 10TB hard drives. So basically in that case alone I can have 80 terabytes. But I held off on that. But I only upgraded the memory only ever so slightly because I wasn't producing enough data. But what I did was I had 4 drives, same as before, as mains and 4 drives as backups, but named them so like business, general, and 2 other drives, like raw footage and something else. And then but I still kept the 2 silver ones from the second iMac. I wanted to upgrade that, or those 2 to the same one, which I've now got, which holds the same number of drives, same size drives as well, but I still had my 4 2-bay drive cases for my music or DJing. But in my second 8-bay, I've got like GarageBand, so I make music just on the sidelines. I work films and made videos and yada yada yada. And I've had backups as well. So if one drive fails, got that backup to do. And then more recently, I've got a 4K Ultra HD camera, which I'm now filming on, and that takes a lot of memory. So a 30-minute video, which is nearly 12 gigabytes. On a normal camera, that it wouldn't be that high. So what I decided to do was to reduce my 2-bay cases from 4 down to 1. So I'm only using 2 hard drives for my DJing, and use the 4 terabyte hard drives that I've taken out into my 8 bays, and I've taken the 500 gigabyte hard drives out. And so in doing that, I did it 2 bays at a time. So like the raw footage, I bought in 2 terabyte hard drives. I put the first one in, formatted it, named it, and then from the old drive I've transferred the data from that drive and put it onto the 10 terabyte drive, and then taken the old drive out, put the second 10 terabyte hard drive in, did the same thing, formatted, named it, date over, and I've got copies. So 2 drives there. Then I've got another 2 10 terabytes, did the same thing. And with those drives that I was pulling out and replacing the other drives with the 4 terabytes and 3 terabyte ones I can show you as well. Those 500 gigabyte hard drives that I've taken out, I've literally formatted them and named them HDD1 through 12. So I've kept them stored away, ready for use, because I am planning on doing a data server, which holds all my old hard drives, so I can combine them as one, connect them to all 3 of them on my Macs, and it's there, ready for me, but it's just taking the time to do it. And right now, the amount of footage that I'm recording, I will need to get 2 more 10 terabyte drives to go on my second Mac, for the 4K and 1080p edited videos. So all the raw footage goes on that one, and then I edit the videos into 4K, which ups the gigs, and then put them in folders, name the folders, put them in the 4K 1080p drives, which are the 3 terabyte drives. But I need to put them in, buy 10 terabyte drives and swap them out. However, I still have 2 500 gigabyte hard drives in my second 8-bay, which is taking a long time. And in fact, I do have 2 4 terabyte drives in here right now, which contains the music for my DJing. But I am planning to update these 2 drives to 6 terabytes, because the amount of music that I'm getting in, making, and whatever, I put into here. But at the same time, I'm reducing the number of cables that I have, but updating everything else, such as the drives. Because if I have a data server, all the drives are going into that, except for the drives that I've got here, which are directly connected and I can access it whenever. And in fact, I've still got the 5-bay case, but it's not here right now. It's actually at my fiance's, with a 320 gigabyte hard drive that holds her data and some of my data as well. And I am planning of having 4 of one size drive, and then for the 5th drive, matching it to those other 4. So if I had 4 500 gigabyte hard drives, I'd have to have one single 2 terabyte hard drive just to match. So 2 500 gigs for her and 2 for me. But if I need to update them, quite easily do it. So it's just having to swap drives out and whatever, formatting, naming them, and filling them up basically. And which I won't show you just yet, but at another stage, when I'm all done updating, I can show you all these drives. In fact, I don't know if the camera's picking it up right now, but that little sound, that sound is actually data transferring from one drive to another, which I'm kind of sorting something out on this iMac. But with my third iMac, which is at my fiance's, with this data server, I'm looking at connecting all 3 Macs to that one data server, both remotely and by Ethernet, because these 2 Macs will be the closest, so they'll be Etherneted, and then the one at my fiance's, that's like about an hour's drive away, that will be remotely sorted. So, other than that, there isn't much to talk about as regards to drives. And if you say to me that why don't you sell some drives, the answer is no, I will not be. But yeah, I am going to be talking about my cinema system another day, because I have a home cinema system right now, which is completely different, another subject. So I hope you enjoy, and like, comment, subscribe, helps me out, and enjoy the other videos that I have on my channel. Have a listen to some of the tracks that I've put on, and I hope you enjoy them. There will be more of my tracks going on soon, not sure which ones yet, but it will happen at some point. So I'll catch you soon. Thank you and goodbye.